So, welcome back, everyone. No, that's not my intro at all. I'm not... I need to be as professional as Daniel with this. Right.
I didn't even have an intro. I don't intro my videos.
Huh? No, it's very professional though. Like mine. I just say two words. Right, hiya. So welcome back to another video. Obviously this week is Asexuality Awareness Week. So today, for only the second time on my channel, I'm actually joined by two other people. So if you'd like to say hello.
Hi, I'm Amir from MovieMation and Stag Tech, and I'm aromantic and asexual.
Hi, I'm Daniel. I do YouTube videos as well on Slice of Ace, which is a channel about asexuality and stuff. Yes, and I identify as homo-romantic asexual.
So as you can tell, we're all like an awkward trio right there. No, and I'm obviously, you know me because you're on my channel. But I'm Alex for those that have maybe come from Daniel's channel or Amir's channel. And I'm heteroromantic. What we wanted to do in this video is we're all asexual, we're all defined as asexual, but we're all part of different subcategories within asexuality, and we thought it would be interesting to talk about the differences, but then also the similarities. We're all English as well, which is really weird, and we're like all the same age, so it's quite nice. And we're all guys as well, so it's quite interesting to see the similarities, but then also to show and display that just because we're all asexual, it doesn't mean that we are the same. There's a lot of subcategories within asexuality that we've decided to elaborate on because it is Asexuality Awareness Week, and I thought it would be quite interesting to talk about, really. So Amir, when did you first find out or discover that you're asexual, and how did you feel about it?
Well, when I first so I came out just over a year ago. It was, and about a year before that is when I was searching something or other, like why I'm not interested in sex or something like that, and I came across Avon, and basically that started my process of like discovering that I was asexual. And as finding out I was aromantic, that was easy enough just because I've never really been interested in romance and romance movies and that sort of thing. So the asexuality bit was a bit hard because I've got obviously aesthetic attraction, so I know if people look good or not. So I got that mixed up for quite a while with asexuality, but now I am pretty sure that I am asexual because that attraction is aesthetic. I don't think anywhere past thinking a person looks nice or something like that.
So you never have ever been like turned on by anyone or had any sexual attraction there? It's always just been like sort of, you can tell that somebody's attractive, but there's no, I'd like to do anything or kiss them or anything like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's just, many times it's described as like looking at a painting. Like,
yeah, that's a really
you can see a painting looks nice, but you don't want to do anything with a painting.
You don't want to have sex with a painting, well, unless
yeah, exactly.
Some people might. You never know.
Well, true.
Yeah. So basic.
Yeah, and it's just basically the same feeling as you have. It's just the same as when you were a kid. Like you don't feel anything when you were a kid and stuff.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
It hasn't really changed for me since then. Yeah.
Right. Okay, and Daniel, how do you define yourself, and how did you discover it?
So like I was saying earlier, I identify as homo-romantic asexual, which essentially means I'm gay, but I don't like sex. And I found out, second year of university, so that was like 3 or 4 years ago. I can't remember exactly. How old am I? 23. It was, 4 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it was pretty much the same as Amir, as in I was just on the Google one day. And I was
the Google.
And yes, just decided to look up why I didn't want sex, because I realised that people weren't making up their interest in it after like 7 years of thinking that.
They were.
Yeah, and then I think it took me a while to come to terms with my romantic orientation more so than my sexual orientation, just because the gay community is so hypersexualized.
Yeah.
It was difficult to consider that you could be gay without wanting the sexual aspect of it.
So, in comparison to Amir, when you look at a guy, is there anything beyond the aesthetic attraction? Is there more like, you want to do something, or you want to kiss, or you want to have any romance there? So what's the difference?
What's the word? Like, I don't know. It sounds so weird. They're saying, if you want to do something with them.
Yeah, I tried to word it in the most professional way and failed miserably. So yeah. We'll go with that.
No. I quite like kissing guys.
Yep.
And hugging them and holding their hand and general being in their presence. Yeah, so I guess for me this is more of a sensual thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, anything with clothes off, I'm like, nah.
Yeah, I'm completely so. I completely get that. So about myself, I won't ask myself questions because that's just weird. I'll just talk about it. But
Alex.
So Alex, whoa, who's talking? No, so basically, yeah. I contrast to. I'm basically again different, but I'm heteroromantic. So in a similar way to Daniel, I can look at a girl, someone of the opposite sex to me, and see beyond just an aesthetic attraction. I do want to do things. Again, I said that weirdly, didn't I, Daniel? I wouldn't mind kissing. I wouldn't mind hugging, and so in a similar way to Daniel, I also don't like anything beyond having clothes on. So like I still like kissing and I still like hugging and being intimate in that sense, but anything beyond that and just like the whole act of sex itself, I've never had an urge to do. I never have any sexual attraction in that sense. It's a bit odd. But yeah, when I was about 15, 16, I again looked it up just like both of you did and found Avon. So in the exact same way, that's how I found out I was asexual as well. So it seems like there's a few similarities there. So Amir, seeing that you were quite new, you've only, thought that you're asexual in the last couple of years. How's it been in those couple of years? Have you felt different? Have you felt excluded, or have you felt, that you didn't fit in?
It's just, I feel like I know myself better now. I mean, beforehand, it just kind of like you mentioned before, you kind of feel like everyone else is just kind of over-exaggerating everything, and you just wonder why they're doing that and stuff. And there's just that kind of distance. And I wouldn't say that I really felt weird. I just felt like everyone else was being weird, which sounds strange, but that's kind of how it is. And it's just kind of like it's just like a big realization when you see it, and you just realize how well, I realized how well I fit into it. And it's just great that I can kind of say that there's other people that feel like me too, and
you're not alone.
Yeah, and I'm not alone basically, and the world isn't just over-exaggerating everything for some reason. Yeah. Daniel,
pretty much the same. Obviously you've known for a lot longer, so is there anything you'd like to add to that, or is there like any experiences that you've had that you've struggled with or you've really liked?
I mean, some people gave me hassle at secondary school for not wanting sex. Just constant questions like, so why didn't you want to do this? And
were you open about it in secondary school? Were you talking to your friends?
I didn't know the word asexual.
The word, yeah. Because, that you were sort of different, as it were.
Yeah, people noticed probably before I did that I wasn't interested in any of that, and I was kind of portraying myself as arrow ace at that point anyway. So people would just be asking me questions, berating me about why I didn't want like a girlfriend or sex or a boyfriend or anything. But yeah, it didn't really bother me that much, and I thought everyone else was just being idiots like they normally were. But
yeah,
Yeah.
But one thing I'll add about me too is I was in the Middle East for most of my high school, so that's not really something that's talked about over there too. So that's why I didn't really have those issues of people asking me why I didn't have a boyfriend or asking me why I didn't have a girlfriend. It would have been over there. They're not really that friendly over there to that. Yeah, I didn't really have any of that asked to me there, so it just wasn't really something I thought of, if you know what I mean.
Right.
Yeah, it's just something that never really came up. Yeah, that kind of, I mean, that delayed the process of. I feel like if they would have mentioned it, I would have realized I was asexual a lot
Exactly.
earlier.
Yeah.
But yeah, because there just isn't any mention of it over there.
Do you think it's a big difference in this culture in the UK?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because having a boyfriend or a girlfriend over there isn't really something. I mean, people do it, but it's kind of looked down upon. Like it's just marriage, and then like all the stuff comes after that.
Right.
So I think that played a big part into it too. I came back here for sixth form, but by then, like people have kind of already paired off, and it wasn't really something I was asked about that much. I mean, my friend mentioned it a bit, but I just kind of brushed it off and didn't really think of it.
Got you.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. So, being obviously Aero Ace as well, is there ever any time that you'd like want to have a relationship or want to have a partner, despite not having that sort of like any like physical sort of attraction?
Yeah, I've always, I mean, even before, like way before I discovered asexuality, I've always thought that I'd like to adopt in the future, and that's something that I still have in mind that I'd like to do. Um, Whether or not that's with a partner, I'm not really sure at the moment. I do feel like adopting me by myself would be a lot harder than with somebody else, just because they'd be less favourable to me adopting, like the system and stuff. Yeah, I would like to adopt. Yeah, but I'm not too sure on the partner thing. Yeah.
Yeah, you still. It's really interesting. And how about you, Daniel? Do you look for a partner? Is it something that you actively look for, or is that something that you think no for now and maybe in the future?
Spoiler alert for my future video. I'm in a relationship at the moment.
Oh no.
Because
It's a Slice of Ace exclusive here.
Slice of Ace exclusive.
That's going to be my clickbait
video. I did a video recently where I started going on a bunch of dating apps, and I met a guy from there. I've been dating for about a month.
Wow.
So yes, but yeah, I think just in the long term, I do want to settle down with someone.
Yeah. Can you see it being them? Do they watch your videos?
I told them about my videos, so they've watched some of them. I don't know how much he's watched.
Well, he'll be a Cookie Monster subscriber after this. So. No. That's nice. Though. But all going well? Is it all? I don't, obviously don't mean to go too personal, but all comfortable.
Yeah, I think it's all. We're like constantly.
Is he asexual as well, or is he, sexual?
No, he's just gay.
But he knows about yourself.
Yeah.
How does he feel?
Yeah, he's fine with it. I mean, I'm like quite sensual for a ace.
Yeah, me too.
And like, for example, making out. A lot of asexuals wouldn't be comfortable making out, but I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
So, and that's in some people's mind a more sexual thing. So.
No, again, I think that's really good to touch on though, because, like you say, it's not, so many like asexuals just are so different in that sense. Some of us would like I like making out as well, and I've always liked that. And when I've been with girls and had girlfriends and stuff, that's definitely been a huge part of the relationship. And still the physical side is a big part. Just because you're asexual, just defined as that, it doesn't mean that there's no sort of physical connection there either. I think that's sort of misinterpreted when people say that you're asexual, and that's definitely been the case with how I am. And I know when I've come out to somebody in the past who I've been with, they've sort of responded with, wait, so you're not enjoying any of this kissing, or you're not enjoying, you know, being with me in this sense, and I have to like reassure them, like, no, you know, I do enjoy this as well, you know. So I think again that's a really good thing to touch on. I'm glad you did. And obviously the difference is, you know, you can be homoromantic or you can be heteromantic, you can be biromantic. It doesn't matter. Just because you're asexual doesn't mean that, you know, it limits you to just be like heteromantic or whatnot. There's so many different subcategories. And
yeah, and I think maybe it puts me in a better position to compromise in a asexual and non-asexual relationship.
Yeah,
because I'm more comfortable with those sorts of things.
Definitely, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, yeah. The thing with me is I feel like I'm kind of halfway between that. I mean, I don't like kissing at all. Like even like kissing family members and stuff. Like it's just something I've never liked doing. But then when it comes to
go away, Mum. I know it's Christmas.
Yeah, so
yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, even kissing on the cheeks too much for me, like alone on the mouth or anything. But yeah, when it comes to stuff like hugging, I do really like hugging, and I don't really. For me, that doesn't really come in. It doesn't really feel like a romantic thing for me. Like just like
so you do it with friends,
like
or so say if you're meeting up with someone, you just yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and yeah, it is quite interesting that people have kind of different boundaries between what they consider to be like romantic and what they consider to not be, and sexual and not, and stuff like that. Yeah, for me, it's only really the kissing that bothers me that much. And I mean, if people hold onto my arm and stuff like that, that can bother me sometimes. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird with me.
It's not like weird. I mean, it's not weird. It's it's all a subjective.
Yeah,
like,
true.
It's how people are. I think it's such a shame that. And what was said earlier as well, like also when Daniel was sort of, when I asked him, do you do stuff? And he was sort of like awkwardly saying, you know, and find it hard to like say that he kissed guys. I think it's such a shame that, you know, people can't just be open about it straight away and like, you know, and have to like criticize themselves being the way that they are and say like, oh, I know it's weird and stuff like that. It's such a shame and it's something I hate. And I think that's why
that's true.
It's true. And I'm exactly the same. And I've been the same as well. And, you know, when I come out, I have to say, you know, I know it's weird and I know I'm in such a small minority. But over time, it's sort of, you become more accepting of it. And, you know, it's great that Daniel's found somebody that's accepting of it and it's all going well. Yeah. And, you know, you're still good people, you know. It doesn't change you as a person, you know. You still got whatever, so. But it is, I think that is a big topic that I think, you know, you need to have, and it's such a shame that either society or whatever, or even peers, or cause you to think this so negatively of yourself through like perhaps past experiences, like Daniel said, in like school where, you know, people picked on you for it or whatnot, or Amir, you just didn't have that in the Middle East. It just wasn't, you know, talked about or anything like that. So it's just a shame that so many of those past experiences can reapply on your mind as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I think it's interesting.
Sorry. Yeah. You can talk. It's fine.
So polite here in the UK.
It's a typical. If you're not from the UK, that's a typical.
We apologise for everything, and we say thank you for nothing.
You go first. No, you go first.
You go first.
How dare you go first? Not go first.
Amir has been kicked from the hangout.
You're too polite. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, I think it was interesting the way that Amir was saying that for him, hugs are entirely platonic because for me they're so romantic. But they're like romantic in the sense that it makes you uncomfortable to hug someone I'm not romantically involved with. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you're saying, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, well, like Alex was saying, completely different for everyone. You can't really say you're asexual, so you must like all these things and not like all those things.
I think
exactly.
I think that's the same amongst all sexual. I mean, there's people that are straight and heterosexual that will be the same and think like hugging's perhaps weird in this sense, or hugging generals, and they have just different. Weird to say the word fetishes, but they have different things that they're interested in, and it's always going to be the same, and it's just, I suppose, not talked about enough. But yeah, I don't know what else to say, actually. I think you've covered a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say about music. That's something that, I mean, just media in general. That is something that does bother me quite a bit. And that's probably the only thing one of the few things that does make me feel kind of separated from other people, because it's so sexualized. I mean, generally, generally my family don't talk about it as and stuff like that, and friends don't really anymore either. But it's just like every song when you go in the car and stuff is to do with either romance or sex or something like that.
That's true. That's really really true.
And in that way, I mean, I generally listen to a lot of like musicals and stuff like that, just because it's basically songs that just don't really involve a lot of romance and sex, but it's not as many of them as I'd like there to be, especially the popular ones. Yeah,
so true. I think it's the idea that sex sells. They presume it's something that everyone can relate to, and like, we've all had a romance, we've all had this and that, and it's why songs like that are released, and it draws on people's ex-girlfriends, ex-boyfriends, current partners, etc., and it's sort of like for everyone to relate. So the fact that you bring that up, and I completely get that, and it's something that people probably wouldn't even think about, of how that would actually affect somebody that doesn't have any of those attractions and whatnot. So that is such a shame. That I can understand that every time because music's everywhere, you can, and it's the same with advertisements as well. They say like, what is it, like one in how many adverts are sexualized in that sense and involve
perfume ones.
Perfume ones, like crazy.
Perfume ones,
they're the worst.
But it's definitely. I mean, but even TV shows as well. It's a lot of them. A lot of the side plots involve romances and sexual connections there, and it's true.
When they have sex on a TV show, I go and wash the dishes or do something else. Boring.
So if somebody really wanted,
I just usually skip them all.
If you really needed to do the house chores, like someone would put on sex on TV, you're like, no, just start scrubbing.
I'm gonna go and clean the house.
Brilliant. It's really true, and I think it's a good point that you brought up about music, because I've done a fair few videos about how the media changes, but music is something else that I haven't even thought of myself. But you're so right in saying that it's just all so many songs about love and about partners, and if you watch the music videos for a lot of these songs as well, it's all very quite sexual as well. So
and the thing is too is now that I've finished uni and stuff, I'm working with this group to like edit music videos and stuff, and as you can imagine, a lot of others are that too. So it makes the process a lot harder having to deal with editing those, because obviously I have to edit them because I need to like get started with what I'm doing and stuff. But it's just annoying because there's so many other things that music could explore and stuff. And I mean, some music has explored it, like friendship or like just other feelings that people have. It just seems like that's kind of the default. Yeah.
You found a gap in the market. You should become an artist yourself.
Yeah. I mean, I am trying to learn to play the guitar and stuff, but I'm not quite there yet.
Okay. Next year, you're going to change up your channel.
It's fine.
And you'll be MovieMation instead of MovieMation.
Yeah.
You just need those 4 chords and auto-tune and we're good to go.
True.
Auto-tune? What are you trying to say about his voice?
Yeah.
It could be amazing, but like even if you're rubbish, I feel like there are some popular singers who are terrible.
Yeah, you got to call out anyone. I can put them in the title.
Oh, yeah.
Daniel slams Ed
You're
Sheeran.
He's just using me for clickbait at this point.
Daniel has boyfriend. Daniel hates Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, and talking about movies too, I feel like that's why animation appealed to me quite a lot. Cause
Bingo. I was going to ask about that.
yeah. So animation appealed to me because they're safe films basically. There's not going to be a sex scene in a Disney movie or a Pixar movie or anything like that, and and also I found I'm not too bothered about watching the early films, and I feel like that's because a lot of them were like princess romance films, and later ones, especially the more recent ones, they're like very friendship heavy and stuff. So I feel like that's kind of what drew me to it. I mean, I didn't realize that at first, obviously, but just as I came to think about it, like and went on,
it all makes sense, doesn't it? It all sort of
exactly, yeah. Just generally films I like are ones that have some sort of friendship element in them, rather than any too romance, or a different topic, something, I don't know, something that's neither of them. Yeah.
That's interesting. And you speak about them on your channel, don't you?
Yeah. That's what the information is all about. Yeah. It's basically everything animation on that channel.
Fantastic. Yeah. So if you're interested in that, MovieMation, I'll put it in the description.
Sorry. Yeah. I was just going to say minus one movie, which is Ready Player One, which I reviewed just because I liked it so much, and it was so CGI heavy. I just said whatever. That's the only exception. Yeah.
Cool. Well, that's actually how I found Amir, was through his channel as well. That he did a video like a year ago, which was about when he actually spoke about his sexuality, and he even mentioned me, that he watched me as a YouTuber through there. So that's appealed to me. I was like, this guy's got good taste. So I reached out. And Daniel was the exact same actually. So Daniel also did a video that involved me and shouted me out in the video. So if you wanna feature in a video with me, that's how you do it. You have to make a YouTube video and you have to say my name in it. It doesn't matter in what context. You can absolutely hate me.
Yes. Stroke Alex's ego, then you'll
stroke. Yeah, pretty much. I'm glad you said ego there, and not stroke Alex's what? This is an asexual friendly channel, Daniel.
Just put words in my mouth.
You said it. But yeah, so it was really nice to see, and I mean it's quite rare. So the fact that they came up and both talked about it, and Daniel said in that video and I will be doing, I have done a video on Daniel's channel as well, but he hasn't released it yet, so that should be coming up. Have I spoiled it?
I've been releasing like 8 videos this week somehow.
I know, yeah. So Daniel's actually doing a special thing for Asexual Awareness Week, which involves a lot of people's stories, and he's gathered 8 different people's perspectives.
I think it's 9 now.
9. Okay.
Yeah.
So even beyond this week, he'll be releasing videos of asexual perspectives from all around the globe. Not even like YouTube, just regular people. Not that we're not regular people, but but people's perspectives on asexuality. So I'll leave his link in the description. I'm sure a lot of you have already heard of him if you follow this channel or are watching this video. But maybe not so Amir, because he mainly does videos on animations and stuff like that. But some of you know him already.
Yeah, mine isn't really related at all.
But you did a video together with Daniel as well, where you spoke about aromanticism. So that was that
cool.
was
First guest.
Huh?
Yeah, and that was on Daniel's channel. We did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Awesome. Right. Anything else you wanted to add to a video?
Just happy Ace Week to everyone, and yeah, I hope this video. I hope somebody out there found this video helpful, and that yeah, I mean, I just hope it's helped people like how well Daniel and Alex helped me when like finding out about myself and
That's really nice.
discovering who I was. Yeah.
Daniel, is it nice to hear that you've helped someone?
Yeah, it's always nice to hear that. That's the best thing about making these videos. But yes, thank you for having me on and having a chat.
Right. That'll be £5.
I'll mention your video again.
No, it's fine. Like none of us get. That's the thing about this. None of us get paid for the YouTube videos. Like we all just do it out of fun and just enjoyment, and also spreading awareness and stuff like that. So it's again that's what's so raw and nice about it. I think because there's just there's no need for us to make content. It's not like we're earning money for it. So the fact that we just do it because it is important to spread awareness, I think is really nice. And the fact that we share that is nice. All the same age as well. And,
Very much.
Amir, how old are you? Just to clarify.
I'm 22.
You're not the same age, right?
23 in December, so.
23 in December, you say?
Yeah, so it's not too far off.
Oh, when are you 24, Daniel?
August next year.
Oh yeah, so we'll be 23 together for a little bit. I turned 24 in May. I'm the oldest, slightly. Cool.
What 24
So
today?
so we're all 96?
Yeah.
I'm 96, yeah.
Yeah, see, we're all 1996, so it's the year of the Asexuals, clearly. But yeah.
Like a massive influx.
It is, yeah, it's what it is. That's what happened. I think it was.
Birth rate.
Yeah, it was a leap year, so perhaps that's what it is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Right, so thank you for watching this video. If you did find it helped, just let us know in the comments, or if you've got any stories, then just let us know in the comments as well. I'll leave my link to my Instagram and my Snapchat as per usual, so if you wanted to message me on there, or if you had any questions about it, or if you wanted to get in touch with Daniel or Amir as well, I'll leave a link to their channels down below, and they'll be, because obviously we're different, Daniel probably would be better to approach with anything that if you think you're homoromantic, and obviously Amir being aromantic, he'll know a lot more on the topic than I would. So if you wanted to contact them instead, it's quite interesting that we've got this sort of differences, but then all similarities as well. So yeah, hopefully it's probably a very, very long video, but hope you enjoyed it anyway. And if you got to this point, I congratulate you. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll speak to you very soon.
Bye.
Bye. Is Daniel saying bye?
I'm saying bye. I did say bye.
Bye. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
I said bye too.
I didn't catch that. All right. Bye.